Aunt Miriam is a really well written episode of Rugrats, and there are a few things I'll discuss with a spoiler warning, but spoiler free to begin with. This is the first segment of the 12th episode of the second season of Rugrats, and this introduces us to the character of Aunt Miriam, who is Tommy's aunt. But to begin with, because they see a show about an actual ant, A-N-T, they begin to think that she's an ant animal from outer space, and they're a bit frightened of her, and there's a really clever scene that kind of helps to reinforce those feelings, which I'll discuss in a moment with a spoiler warning. But I think it was a really solid introduction. The narrative was very well developed. I think it had a really great pace to it. We had a lot of different characters. Angelica and Drew are there at one point. Obviously, Tommy and Chuckie are primarily the main focus. Dee Dee, I don't know how many different names Aunt Miriam called Dee Dee because I lost count after about 4, but I did enjoy Dee Dee's increasing frustration. And I thought it was all around a really good episode. So, spoilers from now. I'm going to discuss a few things that are potential spoilers for the narrative, things that I thought worked really well. Although the first thing is not actually a spoiler, but I loved the bit, how it was animated, when Miriam handed Chuckie to, I think, Stu, or it might have been Lou, and Chuckie was upside down, and it just looked brilliant. But there's a scene that I loved when they go into Miriam's bedroom, Tommy and Chuckie, and they see all of these things that kind of suggest that she's an alien. There's the hairdryer, which I think they said was a blaster. The radio was transmitting messages to her, and she'd taken her hair off, her wig. I love the colour of her hair. Really love it. It looks great. Visually very appealing. And I like the fact that she then also had a face mask on. Just all of these little things help to reinforce this fear. And then, of course, we get that brilliant scene with some great dialogue between Grandpa and Miriam, where they're talking about how she used to be slightly older than her cousin Lou, and they had friends who were twins. I think Bill and Jill. I can't remember if that's right. I might be misremembering it, but the names rhymed and sounded similar to Phil and Lil, and how Lou was the only one who was willing to save Miriam when she was in a difficult situation, exactly as we see with Tommy and Angelica. And it was a glimpse into the future of what their life might be like in 70 years' time. And I thought that was very clever. It gave us some nice character development. Really thoroughly enjoyed that moment. Also, when Stu called Dee Dee Fifi at the end, it amused me a lot. Really great episode, very well written. I also forgot to mention the singing telegram. Absolutely loved that. Really strong episode, one that I really thoroughly enjoyed. I don't remember it from my childhood. I do remember Aunt Miriam. I don't know if she features heavily in other episodes, or if I just remember the character from this episode. But I don't remember the specifics of the episode. But either way, watching it now, I thought Aunt Miriam was a really good episode.